rumble with the roar of the crowd. Underneath the stars we make our town proud. Every win, every loss, we shout it out loud. From the court to the field to the dirt and the track, we cheer for the glory, we never hold back. It's the pulse of the county, the pride we unpack. Limestone County sports, we bring the game to life. Every play, every fight, every Friday night. Limestone County sports, it's where legends ignite. Limestone County sports, where legends ignite.
Limestone County sports. The regular season has come to an end. I'm your host, Greg Wise, and this is
JB.
And we have been talking high school football in Limestone County for about the past 10 to 11 weeks or so, and finally the regular season has ended.
Where did the time go?
I know, right? Brother, it feels like we just started about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then here we are. Thankfully, the Tanner Rattlers and the Athens Golden Eagles is going to give Greg Wise and JV one more week.
A few more rides down the road.
Yeah, we are as excited about playoff football as most seniors are at these high school teams that they get to play one more game.
Yeah.
Because just like you, we get to do this one more week.
Time.
At least one more week. And we are very appreciative of you. So shout out to Matt Smith, coach of the Tanner Rattlers, and Coach Cody Gross, head coach of the Golden Eagles. We know as the season progressed, you continued to preach to your teams how bad that me and JV wanted to do this show at least one more week.
Yes, sir.
And so because of your persistence, your guys met the goals and expectations, and so now you can congratulate them that we get to do this one more week, and we are so thankful.
And it just shows they watch our videos.
That's right. The tens of tens who watch. Speaking of tens of tens who watch, we'll talk a little bit later, Jay. We've had a little reel from one of our matchups this Friday night has went viral.
Yes.
On TikTok and Facebook, more so on Facebook. I think the last time I looked, it was over 500,000 views.
Wow.
Maybe I'll look here shortly and kind of see where it's at. Hopefully we can get to talk about that at the end of the show. But we've got a few less games to talk about than we did last week. We know Clements and West Limestone finished their seasons last week, and so they're done with football. They're moving on to basketball. Speaking of basketball, is that middle school tournament
starts today?
Middle school tournament over at West Limestone starts today. I guess that runs all week. Probably finish up near the end of the week, maybe Friday, Saturday. And is that county only?
Lindsay Lane's in it.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
County, not the county tournament, just a middle school kind of tip-off tournament over at West Limestone starting this week. So obviously the Wildcats and the Colts have turned their sights on to the basketball floor, but we had about 5 of our teams still playing football. Tanner went down to Sweetwater, which was about 2.5 hours away, I think is what Coach Smith said. So, they got them a charter bus and got to do all the things, left school early, all the things. That really preps them for this week as they head into the playoffs. But they got off the bus down there in Sweetwater and got into a little battle with a juggernaut. Yeah. Sweetwater's had a traditionally powerhouse football program down south for many years. I was able to watch the first half of that on the NFHS network. Now, obviously, there was no announcers. It's just all AI running that stuff. The camera's on. It'll give you replays and stuff, which is pretty cool. It does that stuff yourself. You just don't have any commentary. You can hear a little bit of like the PA announcer. Yeah. And so I could tell a little bit about that. But, man.
Was the score and the clock updating itself, or was it just?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
The
That's one thing I hate
scoreboard
about
on
that.
NFHS was weird. It looked like somebody was scoring a basketball game because right when I turn it on, it's like 94 to 87.
Oh, wow.
The quarters are just flipping. The downs, 2 and 0. it was way off. I don't know where the scoreboard on that graphic was getting its information from, but it was not correct. So you were kind of hit or miss on what was going on. If you just watched the whole game, you could tell, what the score was. So it was 28 zip at half. Sweetwater went on to win that game 46-7. As I was watching that game, it looked like Sweetwater had Derrick Henry in the backfield. Literally, you're just watching a camera that's way up on a press box somewhere, and there's this dude in the backfield. He looked like he was about 6'5" and 240 and could go, and everybody else he's standing around is nowhere near the size of that dude. And of course, he's playing both sides of the ball. And it looked like Sweetwater has some gas.
They look like Xavier Hawthorne out there running against Tanner.
Yes. Yes, it did. Except this guy on film, anyway, looked a little bit, bigger than everybody else and faster than everybody else. And got out of hand quick down there, but I'm sure they enjoyed the trip. I could see their bus on the camera. It was kind of over there on their sidelines. So hopefully that gets them prepped for the first round of the playoffs. They've drew a juggernaut in that game as well.
Another one.
Yeah, back to back. I think they were hoping, they could get in that North Sand Mountain game.
Yeah.
Obviously, that didn't work out. Tanner's 4 seed. They got to go play a 1 seed. The 1 seed is Pisgah. Pisgah's had a traditional, pretty good football team for a long time. Pisgah is 8-2. I think that one of their losses, 5 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows about 5 football, pretty good football.
Yeah.
And so, and then I can't remember who their other loss is.
They're like Mars Hill, but they're a public school.
Yes, they have a public. Well, we don't want to say that they're doing anything wrong. They just playing good football.
Well, they got a good coach, Paul Benningfield.
Yeah.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
over 300 wins.
Well, when you've created that culture and done it for a long time, you know what you've got to do to get on that football field, and it is what it is.
And there's been many games Tanner and Fife would play in the playoffs. Many great games with Tanner and Fife.
Yep. Tanner goes down to Pisgah, again, who is 8-2. Pisgah is favored by 37 points. That spread via ahsfhs.org. What do you think, Jay?
I don't think Tanner can cover at 37. It's going to be tough.
Man, it is. Is Pisgah as good as Sweetwater? No, Sweetwater's 1A, I think.
Yeah.
I think they are. And Pisgah's going to have, probably dressing a lot more dudes.
Did I read where Sweetwater's not even making the playoffs?
Did not make playoffs. That's nuts.
Yeah.
They may have had some injuries early in the season. I don't know. I think they ended up maybe 6-4 or 5-5, somewhere around there. Did not make the playoffs. And that team that I seen on the football field right now is like, how did this 1A football team that looked this good?
They must have a tough region. Then.
Well, people have told me for years football in South Alabama is much different than football in North Alabama. Kind of the same thing with basketball. Basketball in North Alabama is higher quality, or, higher level than it is in, from south of Birmingham. I think it's flip-flop for football. Or that's what I'm told anyway. So this may be kind of some evidence of that Sweetwater 1A school looked like, they got Derrick Henry and Caden Proctor on the film that I was watching anyway, and did not make the playoffs.
Wow.
So anyway, Tanner's going to have tough sledding over there. Hopefully Pride and Fletcher and all the gang can get something going, maybe put some points on the board early and stay in the game. But Pisgah's going to have a lot of dudes, dressing a lot of dudes, and hopefully it'll work out for the Rattlers. Hey, they'll be getting on the bus early again, getting another charter bus, I assume. And good experience for the kids. Getting another week of football is always good for your program.
I think Matt C's got 5 seniors.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to those guys. But that foundation of kids, the juniors and the sophomores and the freshmen getting to experience this playoff run, it'll help in the long run.
Yeah, that helped Ardmore when Snyder was there and he made the playoffs. It was his first year. And so, you start recruiting the halls with stuff like that. And so when those kids who are athletic, who maybe play other sports and just for whatever reason not played football, says, hey, man, they got it going on over here. They're getting to get out of school early, getting on these charter buses and doing a lot of cool stuff. That can give you some
good too.
Yeah, that can give you some momentum for the future. That's for sure. East Limestone had to go down to Shelby County. I think Shelby County is a playoff team.
Yeah.
And East Limestone, really, that game got away from them right off the bat. It was 25-zip at the half. Shelby County wins that game 39-7. East Limestone finishes the season 1-9. Lone win against the county rival, the West Limestone Wildcats. Got any info on the Indians coming out of football season?
I do not. Just like you, I was keeping up with it on Score Stream, and just it was rough from the get go.
I know Coach Johnson had them guys in a lot of games that they probably shouldn't have been. They played hard all season. I know injuries plagued them early, especially, quarterback position. I think they were down to maybe third-string quarterback at some point in time. And so kind of got them behind the 8 ball. But nonetheless, guys kept fighting.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be re-energized. I don't know if they're playing spring ball. I would assume they would. Some coaches, if you don't play spring ball, you get a little extra time in fall camp.
Yeah.
And so some coaches choose to do spring ball. Some coaches do not. So we'll be looking forward to that as well. I don't know who's playing spring ball yet and who's not. So I'll be looking for that information on all their social media and all of that stuff. And again,
and it all depends on turf fields too.
Yeah. Speaking of, somebody texted us Saturday in a group text of guys that talk high school football a lot, and they were like, have they started on that field at Elmont yet? Because, we were up there and we left, and I said, yeah, they had a skid steer out there on the field as soon as we left. They did not, but.
Was it? I think Joel told me they start in January.
I was told they were starting right after football season because if you're starting in January, I don't know how they're going to play soccer.
I know. Yeah. I thought that's what he told me. I may have misunderstood.
Yeah, maybe, but that's odd.
Yeah.
If you're starting right after football season, why would you wait till January? You're going to lose 8 weeks of time, and you could be. If I've been told it's supposed to take 90 days, and so if you started right now, it'll be done by the end of January and ready for soccer, which may or may not happen. So I don't know. That's what the word on the street is. They're like, we'll see it, we'll believe it when we see the skid steers, and so I hope so. I hope we see them out there soon.
It's Elmont,
Tanner and Clements are supposed to be getting it right after football season, is what I was told. And then the other 3 high schools, the bigger 3, are supposed to start right after graduation, which is going to give them crunch time to get that done by late August when you start playing football, because you're starting in May. That'd be right at 90 days to flip those. Now, I guess they'll have some experience flipping the other 3, so hopefully they can go right into that.
And some of the later schools may have to, have away games just to start the season out.
Yeah, when that reclassification comes out, which, again, we don't know if that's going to be in December or February. It's usually in December. Then you start building your schedule for the next 2 years. I would assume East, Ardmore, and West Limestone are really thinking about, hey, them first couple of weeks, we're going to try to go on the road this first year, especially if they've already know Tanner and Clements and Elmont's already got that turf. They know it's coming. Yeah. And so that would give you your facility a couple extra weeks. Yeah. Thing that kind of sucks for that is you're not going to be able to get on the field for no practice time.
That's true.
You're going to have to use your practice field, which most people do that anyway, but usually when you get close to the season, you may have a scrimmage. We have what we call a Midnight Madness, and it's going to be tough. Now, Ardmore's got a couple other options. They got a couple other football fields right there in town. There's one over by the Boys and Girls Club, and then there's one up at the park on the Tennessee side that they could go up and do something there. So that'd probably help them out. But
you spent many a days on that field, didn't you?
I spent many a days on both of those, coaching, micro midgets, mini midgets, pee-wee, all that stuff, and I know that field well, and so that's something they could probably pull off if they need to. Anyway, moving past East Limestone, I know they're getting ready for basketball as well. They didn't have as good a run as they would want on the football field, but juggernaut in the basketball on the basketball court, and they'll be getting rolling here pretty soon as well. Leading into the last county big kind of rivalry game, Ardmore was at Elkmont this past Friday night. Jay, Ardmore was up in that game 42-12 at the half, but Elkmont won the second half. Final was Ardmore 59, Elkmont 32. Ardmore did not cover what was the spread, 37? I think it was 37. They beat them by 20. Now Ardmore did do some, they had a lot of young guys playing in the second half. Had some JV guys. Had a big lineman. I think it was Brady Certain. Got to score. Big number. I think he's 74. He actually had to score twice. He scored one touchdown. It was great. Big celebration. All that stuff. Flag on the play. Oh. 5 men in the backfield, and so they had to do something different. They little moan almost 6-8 minutes later. They're on the other end of the field. Same scenario, 2-yard line, give it back to him. He scores again. So he legit got his name in the record books. Fun deal for Ardmore. And Elkmont, as we know, was able to put up some yards, put up some points. Bardos ended the season. I was just looking on Max Prep. Well, I'll get to that in just a second. Elkmont finishes 1-9. Win was that win at home against Sheffield. And then Ardmore finishes up at 6-4 on the season. Second winning season for the Ardmore Tigers, back-to-back winning seasons. I had seen some stats that somebody had posted. I think that's the first back-to-back winning seasons they've had in maybe 30 years or so, quite a while. Actually, program headed in the right direction. Just some stats on Bardos. I pulled these up on Max Preps. Elkmont is one of the few schools who puts in their stats, usually right after every game, on Max Preps. I appreciate them doing that. They don't have to do that. I've asked other people before, like, why does everybody not do this? Yeah. One of the reasons that I heard, which was absurd to me, was, well, that's less information your opponents know if you don't put your stats in. And I'm like,
they watch Huddle.
You live stream every game.
Yeah.
Every game is live streamed. Yeah. So if you've got, 14 coaches on the sideline, surely you got one guy you could nominate as the stat guy.
And you're supposed to report your score to the
yeah.
Why not have the same dude put the stats in there?
Yeah. And, I could understand maybe you're a smaller school. You ain't got but 4 or 6 coaches on the sideline. Yeah. Y'all worried about coaching football. Don't know if you have a little extra time. They could probably find a parent who would, be interested in statistics and things like that. Yeah. But if you got 10 or 12 coaches on the sideline, surely you got one guy you can nominate. Hey, whoever's turning the scores into the AHSAA, you're the stat guy. Yeah. You're going to put them in. The only reason it matters, and it really doesn't matter at all, but it matters some for recruiting. Yeah. If these kids are wanting to play at the next level, I know these kids pay attention to these things, and they're having to go to coaches and ask coaches, hey, what's my stats? How many yards I got? And all those things. You're interested in that stuff. Bardos, Elkmont is one of the few teams in this area who puts theirs in pretty consistently, and Bardos ended up 57% pass completion, pretty good, over 50%. 2,300 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He is number 5 in the state yardage-wise, quarterbacks. Number 5 in the state. That's all classifications.
Wow.
He is number 2 in 3A in quarterback passing yards, number 2. So big season for Bardos, only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And so Alex King, also, pretty good quarterback in the county. He ended up over 1,000 yards. I think he needed a little over 100 to break the 1,000-yard mark. He got it. I think he had maybe 130, 140 at Elkmont the other night. He ended up with 1,070 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 59% passer rating. And so a good season for both those guys. Speaking of Bardos, he was one of the featured kids in the now viral Limestone County sport video. And again, we'll share a little bit more about that later. But I would assume Reed is getting some looks because that kid can spin it, dude.
Yeah.
And, got good feet. He gets if he has to get out of the pocket, he keeps his eyes downfield. He makes some really good touch throws. Really, really high level quarterback, and can thrive in Coach Shrink's system.
Yeah.
Just kind of throwing this out there. If he is at anywhere else other than in Coach Shrink's system, I don't know if he has those types of numbers.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't either. But Riddle, Javian Riddle at Ardmore, he ended up with over 1,300 yards rushing, 15 touchdowns. So good showing by him as well. I try to pull some other stats on some of these other teams and, kind of throw some names out there. Just they're hard to find, man.
I know.
I pulled Ardmore's off of Huddle, and so you can find a few on there from time to time.
There's one I follow on Twitter. I think it's called Hail Sports, HAIL Sports.
Yeah.
And they do like a top 10 of all the classifications, passing and receiving and all that.
Yeah. Well, again, they've got to get the stats from somewhere.
Yeah.
And so if anybody knows any websites or places we can find stats, maybe next week, we're only going to be talking about 2 games. We'd have a little time to talk some stats on all of these teams and players. And if you coach in any of these teams, just shoot us some text messages. Say, hey, here was some top performers on the defensive side. Who was leading you defense in tackles and interceptions, things of that nature. We'd love to give them players a shout out. Moving on, last game of the week, Jay, is our team of the week, the Athens Golden Eagles.
Yes.
Athens at Russellville come to town. Russellville and Athens has had some slobber knockers over the years. They were kind of bitter rivals for a long time when they were both in the same classification, same region. And this game started off heading that direction. Athens was up at the half, 14-6, and ended up pulling it out, and they beat Russellville 28-12.
Yeah, I know. That last score Russellville got was towards the end of the game. So
it wasn't as close as the scoreboard. That gets Athens to 6-4 on the season. Them and Ardmore tied for record wise anyway in the for the lead in all of the teams that we cover anyway. Athens does make the playoffs. They get a pretty good matchup. Speaking of a 4 seed playing a 1 seed, Tanner's looks much different. They're going to play a juggernaut in the first round. Athens is going to Fort Payne, who's the 1 seed. Athens is a 4 seed, and Athens is favored in this game by 2 points, according to the AHSFHS.org.
And you'd think Fort Payne would be favored at least by 3 with it being at home,
Yeah, so they must be, the home field advantage is usually 3 points, and they're giving Athens 2. So you're thinking Athens is going to beat Fort Payne by at least 5. Not sure. Fort Payne, who was their loss to? Jay,
I think it was Scottsboro.
No,
Gunnersville.
They beat Scottsboro, which is 5A, 21-19. Gunnersville beat them, which is again another 5A school. Beat them 21-10. I think Athens and Fort Payne both played Hazel Green. They both beat Hazel Green. Yeah. I think Fort Payne beat them 38-12. I think Athens beat them maybe 24-0, 28-0, something like that. And Buckhorn, too. Both of them played Buckhorn. Both of them beat Buckhorn. So
no, Buckhorn beat Athens.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Fort Payne beat Buckhorn 45-22. That was later in the season. Oh, my computers.
Don't you just love ads?
Yes, I love ads. Yes, Buckhorn beat Athens' second game of the season, 16-10. So pretty even matchup for the Golden Eagles going over to Fort Payne. this Friday night. What you think's going to be the outcome, Mr. Vassar?
I'm pulling for the Eagles, the Golden Eagles. I think they'll cover that.
I'm pulling for the Golden Eagles as well, just like we are the Rattlers. We need at least one more week. We're guaranteed one more week because we got to cover those two games. Yeah. But if one of those teams win, we get another week.
Yeah.
And so the Golden Eagles usually prep pretty well, even for first-round games as a 4 seed going to a 1 seed. It's usually a bigger spread than that, bigger matchup than that, and this was pretty close. Cody usually has his teams well prepared, and I think Athens gets the win at Fort Payne and come back and host at Athens for the second round.
And possibly playing Mountain Brook.
If they win and get back home.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that would be at home. Now, obviously, there's some variables that could happen that they would have to go on the road again. But
yeah, because Athens will be on the road this week. If they were to win, Mountain Brook's already at home. So you would think Athens would host.
Yeah. Now, only way they wouldn't if whoever Mountain Brook's playing beats Mountain Brook.
Jordan. They play Mortimer Jordan.
And Mortimer Jordan's not beating Mountain Brook, are they? Yeah, I wouldn't think that.
No.
Anyway, I think Athens gets it done at Fort Payne. That'd be a fantastic game to get over to if you want to travel over to Fort Payne and watch a fantastic football game. I think you can watch it on the NFHS network as well.
Or you can listen to it on the WKAC Sports app. Greg Young, Chris Seibert, and Coach Alan Creasy do the games on WKAC Sports app.
So that's an app they can just download on iPhone, Android, all
because
that
they
stuff.
have to power down after 6 o'clock. They can't do live coverage on AM. So, WKAC Sports app.
Gotcha. That's awesome. You can listen to Athens football live on that app, WKAC Sports. Jay, that's about all the football games we got, and we got about 10, 15 minutes left. Anything in the sports world we want to discuss?
Well, I was telling you about it yesterday, and went up to Pulaski Friday night. Giles County played Sequatchie County.
Say that one more time.
Sequatchie County Indians.
Okay.
And they're a little bit north of Chattanooga. And
Gotcha.
It was for a region championship, and the Bobcats came out on top, 41-38. Some of the best high school football, Greg, I've seen in a long time.
Well, if the game was that close, well, you got your money's worth.
Yeah, which I know some people that I didn't have to pay. So
well, you had to pay gas.
Well, yeah, that too, but. They were their playoff starts this coming week, which unfortunately they got a forfeit. The team they're supposed to play forfeited, so they got a week off. Yep. And then they'll host next week, possibly, as Coach Legg told me, possibly the team that's coming. I can't think of the name of the school, but they're in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Wow, they're going to have a haul to get down to the Brickyard. That stadium's called the Brickyard, right?
Yeah.
At Giles County.
Yeah.
If you hadn't ever been to Pulaski to watch Giles County play, they have a fantastic little stadium there. Looks like a small D3 college stadium, lots of brick involved. It's just a really cool place to watch football. There's the old baseball or high school baseball field right beside it. Looks kind of like old Rickwood down in Birmingham. Looks like an old Major League Baseball stadium.
And the wall is all concrete brick, so there's no padding. If you crash into it, you're going to mess your shoulder up.
Yeah. Now, you may want to get there early. Not a lot of parking. You're just parking in, a grass field or on the road.
Because I had never been up there, and I was telling my buddy, Coach Thaxton, he coaches at East, I said, now you've been up there. Do you know where to park and all that? I said, what I was going to do is just go up there and park at the square and walk down.
Yeah.
He said, no, I know some places, so I let him drive. So
yeah.
But, yeah, it ain't much parking, that's for sure.
Yeah, you need to get there early. Speaking, we've mentioned the viral video a couple of times. If you have not been on our Facebook page, you can see it there. Reed Bartos takes off from about the 10-yard line to pass. He doesn't have anybody open, so he scrambles. He gets tackled before the goal line. Braden McKnight is the freshman who put the hit on him and jarred the ball loose. Just so happened the cameraman is right on top of the play, as well as an official. The official calls the play as a touchdown on the field, so Bardos gets the touchdown. So we had just posted the play, you make the call, touchdown or touchback. And in the video, you can't see the official who calls it. And this video featuring Mr. Bardos and Mr. McKnight, as well as other players from the Elkmont and Ardmore community, on our Facebook page is well over 500,000 views since Friday night.
Wow.
So in about 3 days, it is well over 500,000 views. And if you say 500,000, that sounds like a lot more.
Yeah.
So
Great camera work there.
yeah, I don't know who that guy was with the camera work. I did see somebody was a little agitated that thought that, why are you humiliating these kids? Bro, nobody has said anything about any kids.
No.
Hey, your kids are featured and 500,000 people have seen them.
So I think this refereeing bunch here was at the Texas Vanderbilt game Saturday.
That is very well. I told somebody there was a couple of plays that we've got some footage that we may wait till this play runs its course and then post another. You make the call. I would assume, there's a lot of Thursday night games. Thursday, officiating crews are becoming scarce.
Yeah.
And so if anybody out there listening and want to call high school football, they need you.
Yeah.
And so I would assume whoever calls the shots on who goes to call where is probably looking at games. And if you've got, say, like a high level end of season play into the playoff type game, you're probably putting a really good officiating crew on those games, as would be expected. And then you probably kind of rank them. And then when you get down to, okay, this game does not matter. Neither one of these teams are going to the playoffs. You may be like, okay, you look at some stat, that one of these teams is favored by a lot. It's probably not going to be a close game. Something of that nature. I don't know if that's what goes into it or not, but you would possibly think, okay, we're going to send our JV crew over here. I don't know if that's what happened or not, but bro, and thankfully, none of this affected the outcome of the game. Either way, somebody had mentioned, was this a mercy call? I don't know. Maybe it was. If it was, it was the worst mercy call of all time. If it's close, you can do that. Even stepping out of bounds, things like that, you can let it go one way or the other. Again, thankfully, does not affect the outcome of the game. Bardos gets the touchdown. Bardos, we've talked about him all season. He puts up big numbers. I think he had over 300 yards passing Friday night as well. And but nonetheless, if you have not seen the video, go to our Facebook page and check it out. You make the call, touchdown or touchback.
Now I don't know if Coach Snyder had it. I knew when we were at East, we had it. You remember we had instant replay there.
Yes, East had instant replay for a while. The only thing about instant replay is it has to be through, I think, the huddle system.
Yeah,
and obviously. I don't know of anybody that's still using that. When it's a little, quirky because you only have like 2 cameras. You have one usually in one end zone. It's not in the other end zone, and one about the 50-yard line. So unless you've got a camera looking down the goal line, which nobody does, I don't even know. Since East was using it, and they only used it for a couple of years. Yeah. I've not seen anybody.
Expensive.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen anybody else using it, and I think both coaches have to agree that we're going to use it, things like that. Now, don't think I didn't pull up the video or the guy that was running the camera. Don't think he didn't pull up the video and show it to the official and just hold it right there and be like, hey, buddy.
After it happened, you did that?
I'm not saying it was me. And the official the sideline official didn't call it. It was the official in the middle of the field who was standing on the goal line. Not the white cap, the back judge.
Oh, the guy in the back of the end zone called.
She did.
Oh.
And
okay.
she is up about the numbers. She is right on top of the play on the goal line, 20 yards. If you go back and there's another view from the AHS Sports Network where you can see her call touchdown, 20 feet, right around the numbers.
And this guy couldn't overrule her?
He just agreed with her. And then I showed him the video. Well, somebody showed him the video several times. Did not say a word. The person just spun the phone around.
Hey, buddy, here.
Check this out. Anyway, didn't matter. Didn't matter at all. And I'm glad it didn't. Hey, shout out to Altamont finishing hard in that game. And again, Reed Bardos, man. Hey, probably the offensive MVP in the county. Definitely best quarterback in the county statistic-wise. And hoping for all of those guys a bright future. Last topic. We got just a few minutes left, Jay. What about college football coaches?
There's 4 jobs open in SEC now.
Rank them.
What, LSU, Florida, Auburn, Arkansas.
In that order?
Yeah.
I think you're spot on. I would put LSU currently top SEC job open. You don't have to compete with anybody in state, really in that region down there.
Yeah.
Maybe Texas A&M starts flirting on the western side of the state, but really no competition for recruits in that area. Baton Rouge, heavy, big-time recruits down there. Florida is, it's weird. 10 years ago, definitely.
Yeah.
Auburn and Florida are kind of on about the same. They're about even, in my opinion, but right now, dude, is one any better than the other? I think the Florida brand probably carries a little weight. They're a Jordan brand school, too. Auburn just flipped over to Nike. That may help a little bit.
And see, we don't know. Mike Norvell may get fired as well. So
where's he at?
Florida State.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's out of the SEC. But, yeah. Well, I mean, there's Penn State's open.
Yeah.
There's big – I thought Auburn was married to Freeze just because of the other jobs that were open. So you're going to be fighting for high-level coaching at this point when with that many big jobs open. Penn State's open. Florida's open. LSU's open. Auburn's open. All of those are big-time football programs.
Yeah.
And so you've got to compete for a coach. And you already know you're on a short leash on the plains.
Yeah.
You're going to have to deal with the family. That puts you back behind some of those other places.
Yeah.
And like when you're talking, Lane Kiffin at some of these jobs, in my opinion, why would Lane Kiffin want to go to LSU?
Yeah.
He's going to have a short leash there. Why would Lane Kiffin want to go to Auburn? He can stay right now at Ole Miss just about as long as he wants to and write his own contract.
He can get a statue at Ole Miss.
Yeah, and write his own contract.
And they let him do what he wants to do.
Yes. Why would any of those? And I know what some people say. Money talks. Offer them $12 million. Offer them $15 million. When you're already getting, $10 million, is another couple million that big a deal?
Yeah.
When hey, if I'm at Auburn and I lose to Bama the first year, I'm on the hot seat.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's going to be tough for all of those schools, really. And I think you got to start looking at some of those young guys, maybe not as well known.
And listening to, I don't know if you saw him on YouTube or whatever, Josh Pate.
Yeah.
He's got some friends saying that they're tired of Josh Heupel at Tennessee. They're ready to get rid of him.
Well, they're tired of winning, 10 games, I guess. I don't know. Auburn did the same thing with Malzahn. I mean, Malzahn kind of fell off, and when everybody started catching up to his, his offensive schemes, he fell off at the end. But they were winning 8-9 football games that's who you are.
Yeah.
I know you want to win natties. I get that. Tennessee wants to win natties. I get that. But you hadn't been relevant for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Auburn has. But Auburn, you hadn't been relevant in the last decade.
Yeah.
In regards to playoffs, titles, things of that nature. It's going to be tough, man. One name that I've heard is a local guy. It's John Summerall.
Yeah.
He's from Grissom, I think.
Yeah.
Played ball over there. Now, I think he could end up at Kentucky, possibly. He played up there, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. Now, and again, but he's a young guy. Doesn't have a lot of big time experience under his belt. He's at Tulane now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it before that?
Was it
Troy.
Troy? Yeah.
Troy for a couple of years, Tulane for a couple of years. And, I mean, he's won some games. But, again, it's not like he's, got it in the top 25 and they're flirting with getting in the playoff as a, top 20 team. You're winning the Sun Belt Conference, something like that. I don't know, man. The old traditional guys whose names always get thrown around, I think they're done with college football just because of the season that it's in with the NIL and all that stuff.
And just listen to Herb Street Saturday, it's almost like if you don't make the playoffs, you need to get fired.
Hey, it really is.
Yeah.
And only now 12 teams are making the playoff. And so there's, 100 D1 teams.
Yeah.
So 12 teams, your coaches are safe. The other 88 teams, we're firing your guys.
Yeah.
And so, but Jay, I guess, hey, when you're making $10 million a year, that's the expectation.
I want your opinion on the Oklahoma Kickers shorts.
The Oklahoma Kickers shorts were absolutely an abomination to football.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the thinking. And I thought, in high school now, if your knee pads ain't over your knees, they'll make you come off the field.
Yeah.
Is it not a safety issue? Like,
You would think it would be.
I don't, wearing Daisy Dukes playing football. I don't, it just looked weird, man.
It does.
Like, is there not, I mean, he didn't even have any thigh pads or nothing on.
Mm-mm.
Like, he's just got a pair of spandex biker shorts on. I just did not get it.
All he's got is them and a jock, and that's it.
Yeah. NCAA. I know you don't care about rules that make sense. Targeting. We've been dealing with that for years. Can we please get some pants on these guys? If nothing else, just because it just looks better to have some pants on.
Yeah.
And for safety.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you what's going to happen is some kids are going to start trying to do this in high school. And then we're going to, they get some lacerations on their thighs or kneecap blowed out or something, didn't have a little extra padding somewhere. And
Yeah.
I'm a safety third guy, Jay. I just think it looks dumb.
Yeah, it does. He's just trying to make a name for himself, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I did see a meme. It was nothing but a picture of him, and somebody said Tennessee just got put out of the playoffs by this.
He did hit 2 55-yard field goals. So,
Well, I guess when you're hitting 55-yard field goals in college, you can wear Daisy Dukes.
and the guy yesterday for Jacksonville hit one from 68.
That's the NFL record, correct?
Yeah, and it could have been good from 70-something.
How good is kickers? Hey, speaking of kickers, I forgot. Gabe Alejandro, senior at Ardmore High School, been a fantastic kicker for a long time. He kicked about a 35-yarder up at Elmont the other night, and I thought to myself, man, he should have been doing this all year. Good to see him get up there and put it through the uprights.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gabe Alejandro. Anything else, Jay, before we close out and look forward to next week?
Look forward to next week. Good luck to Coach Gross and Coach Smith this week. Tailgate Talk, we're going to be live in Decatur this Saturday at a wellness fair sponsored by Stretch Zone. They have locations all throughout the state of Alabama and North Alabama, that is. And we'll talk to probably Coach Gross and Coach Smith again. And, Y'all listen to this on the WKC 10 AM or the PAS Plus app.
I appreciate y'all listening. We'd appreciate Coach Smith and Coach Gross getting them boys fired up.
Yeah.
The last thing I would say if I were you, before you go out onto the field Friday night in the first round of the playoffs, don't you want Greg and JV to do one more show?
We're legends at night, that's for sure.
God bless.
God bless y'all.
Bleachers rumble with the roar of the crowd. Underneath the stars we make our town proud. Every win, every loss, we shout it out loud. From the court to the field to the dirt and the track, we cheer for the glory, we never hold back. It's the pulse of the county, the pride we unpack. Limestone County Sports.